If you've ever been told to use MLA but weren't sure what that meant, you're in the right place. MLA stands for the Modern Language Association. It's the most common citation and documentation style in English and humanities classes. MLA citations have two key parts. First, in-text citations. These go inside your project or essay whenever you use work from someone or something else. And generally, whenever you quote, paraphrase, or summarize, even if it's in your own words, you need an in-text citation. Second, your Works Cited page. This comes at the end and gives full details for each source you use. The in-text citation acts like a breadcrumb trail leading your reader to the full source entry. Every MLA citation on your Works Cited page follows a standard pattern using up to 9 core elements. You won't use each element every time, but the key is to check for each element whenever you find a source, and if it doesn't apply, skip it and move on. The goal is to include what's relevant and accurate in the correct order and format. Here are the core elements. First, author. Who wrote it? Use the last name, then the first name. Title of the source. What is it called? Use quotation marks for article titles and italics for books and journals. Title of container. Where was it published? A website, journal, or book that holds your source. Other contributors, editors, translators, or others who played a major role. Version. This is the edition, like second edition or updated edition. Number, volume, and issue numbers for journals. Publisher, this is the company or organization that published it. Publication date, when was it released or posted? And finally, location, where can we find it? Use page numbers, URLs, or DOIs. Then, each element is put in place with its specific formatting, punctuation, italics, and quotation marks inside a document titled Works Cited, which is double-spaced with a hanging indent. That forms your full Works Cited citation. As you refer to the source in your writing, you'll use an in-text citation. This is a short reference that points your reader back to the first part of the full citation. Usually it's the author's last name and includes page numbers if relevant. So the process is, gather the elements, format them into a full citation using MLA style, and add in-text citations throughout your work as you use that source. Let's look at some examples and see how it works. Let's start with a book. So we want to gather the author, title, publisher, and year of publication. As we check through the MLA's 9 core elements, we see that some don't apply here. For books like this, there's no container, no editors or translators, and no version or number, so we just leave those out. Then, putting it into the full citation format, it will look like this. The in-text citation would look like this. Let's say you use information from page 55, so you have the author and the page number there. Next, we'll cite an online article. We identify the author, title, website, publication date, and URL. So here we have the full citation. And since there are no page numbers, your in-text citation would just use the author's last name. Now let's cite a scholarly journal article from a library database. We find the author, article title, journal title, volume, issue, year, page range, database name, and DOI, or stable link if there's no DOI. So here's the full citation, and if you quote from page 403 of this article, the in-text citation would look like this. All right, let's put that all together to format it into a Works Cited page. Title the page Works Cited, centered at the top, alphabetize the entries by the author's last name, double space everything, and use a hanging indent for each citation. MLA citations seem complex, but once you know the pattern, they're totally doable. And if you need help, ask a librarian.